Now let's head to another village. It's just 30 minutes away, but really it is a world away in terms of the quality of life for the families that live there. Plan is not operating in this village, and no children here are sponsored.
Tragically, this community is experiencing a growing crisis. The soil here is the same as the sponsored village, but food productivity is far less. Plus, those who must work as day farm laborers can't find jobs. This is causing children and their families to fall into the clutches of extreme poverty and malnourishment. With Plan representative Silvia Nole, I met Santos Mina, a struggling 42-year-old father who recently lost his job working on a local farm. He is the face of unemployment in this area. To feed his wife and 3 children, they must now rely on his family's meager plot of land.
Are there any bananas that are growing? Is there any? I don't see any bananas.
I only spotted one bunch of bananas riddled with pests. They looked like they wouldn't even make it to harvest. Compared to Wilfredo's thriving grove, it was heartbreaking to see the shocking contrast.
So what are you growing here?
At first glance, his sweet potato crop looked healthy, but weeds were choking the life out of it.
Oh, it's so sad. How often are you able to water your crops?
Only once every 8 days.
Because this region is suffering from a long, devastating drought, access to water is limited and very expensive. This adds to Santos' crop failure and the suffering of his family.
Have you ever had anybody help you, teach you how to have a better crop?
No.
The difference is dramatic, you know?
Yeah.
A little bit of education and he could probably turn this into a valuable piece of land.
Santos has lost his job and his crops are failing. He desperately wants to provide for his family, but now doesn't know how that's possible.
Te presento a Lisa.
Hola, mucho gusto.
I then met Santos' wife Rosa and their 3 children. There I met 6-year-old Jaritza, 3-year-old Anarelli, and 16-year-old Zaida.
How are the girls?
My 2 youngest both suffer from intestinal and stomach problems because of the water.
No clean water is available?
I boil it, but we still get sick.
Is there anybody who she can go to, a health professional that she can go and get some advice on helping the kids and getting clean water?
No.
If Plan were in this village, Rosa wouldn't have to worry about her children having access to medical care. Plan would also ensure there was proper sanitation and access to clean, safe water in the village. Rosa showed me her humble cooking area. I could see that the holes in the wall provided little protection from the region's snakes and poisonous spiders.
So this all originally started out, it started out like this, and there's, as they get more money, I see, okay,
This is the old part of the construction.
Ah, yes, okay.
The last time we could afford to add any mud to finish the walls was 6 years ago, when we did that part.
They have no money and no savings, a few hungry poultry and 1 sickly pig.
If times are tough, you will sell a chicken or a duck or a hen.
Yes, we have to.
Everyone in this family does something to help, especially 6-year-old Jaritza, who fetches firewood, sweeps, and helps her mother in the kitchen as best she can. And the oldest daughter, Zaida, wants to do even more.
So tell me, Zaida, your dreams. You're a 16-year-old girl going to school. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I would like to continue to study, to be a beautician, and then an accountant, because I would like to support my mother and father and little sisters.
Later on, I got to spend some time getting to know Jaritza better. One of my favorite things to do on my trips with Plan.
¿Y dónde está la mamá y la papá? Ah, okay, okay.
Jaritza shared with me her one wish for her family.
That's a good wish. Is there enough food to feed the girls every day, those 3 meals a day?
Because we don't have any money, we have problems feeding our children the food they need. I'm very concerned for my daughter's future.
¿Qué es lo que más le preocupa?
She's wondering why Mommy's crying.
No mother should have to cry these tears of anguish. No father should have to struggle so hard to provide the basics for his family. And no children should have to live day in and day out with a future so uncertain.
You've seen 2 villages. You've met the children and the families Plan is working with. You've seen their smiling faces and, most of all, their potential. You've also met Jaritza, whose family struggles every day without the basics of life. But Jaritza and children like her don't need a Band-Aid solution. They need a plan. The same plan that transformed a village just 30 minutes away.
Founded over 70 years ago, Plan works with some of the poorest communities of Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. Supported by your sponsorship, Plan strikes at the root causes of poverty and delivers innovative and effective programs to ensure lasting change.
I've seen the schools, I've seen the healthcare facilities, I've seen the smiling faces, I've seen other resources that Plan is providing for those communities. And it definitely is fiscally responsible.
There are so many children whose lives you could change right now. Just imagine what it would mean to them to hear you say, "I agree, no child should have to live in poverty." With one simple phone call, you can be part of making sure that no child is denied the right to nutritious food, clean, safe water, education, and vital medical care.
As a parent, when you go to these countries, you see that the parents feel everything I do, have the desire that I do to offer food, shelter, love, and care, and can't.
Your sponsorship, partnered with Plan's expertise, can help children like Jaritza, their families, and their whole communities take charge of their lives and become self-sufficient. But it can't happen without your support. Will you help? Please, call right now.